Hey, it's me. Second video for Love Rebellion. I was talking to someone yesterday, I think it was, and we were talking about my project that I did last summer and about walking up to strangers and giving them a sticker and telling them that they're awesome or giving them a compliment. And I was talking about how, people have the reaction I get is, wow, this must be hard, this must be scary. And on a level, it is, and it was, but on another level, it's kind of the easiest connection that you can make with someone. It's a very surface connection, it doesn't depend on you knowing anyone's politics or knowing what anyone has done or not done throughout their lives. And it's a super easy, quick way to relate to someone. But the really hard stuff, the stuff that we all struggle with, is the stuff like the relationships we have with ourselves, the relationships we have with our significant others, the relationships we have with our children or with our parents or with our siblings or our friends or whomever. Those are the relationships that are challenging, and those are the relationships that are scary, and those are the relationships that are hard, because if they're good relationships, they make us look at ourselves, and very often that's uncomfortable. If I'm walking up to someone on the street, there's a level of that, but it's a very quick, short level that I don't really necessarily have to take ownership of. And in a way, I guess you don't have to take ownership of anything you see in yourself when you're relating to someone else. But if you're going to have a relationship that feeds you, even if it's the one you have with yourself, there should be some kind of owning up to who you are. Some kind of owning up to the pain that you felt, the pain that you've caused, the things you're capable of, the things that you might yet do. All of that is the hard work. And so, I believe deeply that if I can do all of that work with my friends and with my people, and be honest about myself when I'm alone, there's no one there but me, then I have that energy and that strength to go out and meet strangers and talk to them and maybe create some change and create some inspiration in the world. Because really, the hardest work you're going to do, or at least my experience has been, the hardest work I do is the work I do with me. The hardest work that I like when I'm really looking at myself and seeing my reactions to different things and different people. How do I handle that? How do I own up to it? It's a lifelong thing, and it's why when people tell me they want to live, till 100, I'm like, I feel like 80 is good, 20 more years of that is like exhausting, because when you're doing that, you go through periods where there are times where you're very happy and full of joy and nothing really can get you down. But then there are also these times where you're just like, oh my God, the stones I'm carrying in my gut are weighing me down to such a point that I'm not sure I can get out of bed, That's what it is to be self-aware. Nobody tells you that. No one is going to convince you to try and be more self-aware by telling you you're going to have some horrible days. You're going to have some really frightening realizations. But the other side of that is that great joy and that great opportunity and that great possibility. So in sum, this segment of A Love Rebellion is really about, what your relationships bring you, including the relationship, and I guess maybe most importantly, the relationship with yourself. What are you hoping to get out of your life? How are you engaging with the people around you and with yourself in a way that inspires you and enlightens you and makes you do that hard work? Just a question for today. Anyway, I'll be back next week. Power to the peaceful.